Welcome to That Business Show 2.0. I am your host, Jamie Maloney, where business becomes show business. On today's episode, I want to take the viewers and the listeners through the updates to the new site, thatbusinessnetwork.com, which has been under development here for probably about the past 6 weeks. It's going to be an extensive database with memberships from everybody that's ever been on the show is going to be in this site, and you'll have the ability to search all the prior shows, see videos on demand, also have the ability to communicate with the past guests. So, go through some of the updates to the site. When you come over here to thatbusinessnetwork.com, first off, if you're a past guest on this program, you're going to have a free basic membership. And so when I come over here to the Join Us tab, you'll see the different basic memberships. And these are still subject to change as I am developing this. I've got the site live, but I'm still working on the actual release of it. But as you can see here, these are going to be the membership benefits. And so all past guests, free of charge, will have access to the members forum, to our private Facebook group. They'll have access to consulting with myself, and also to be able to view the live webinars, both on demand and the live ones. And we'll be putting out a regular webinar schedule here very soon, which is going to be more of a how to do different types of things. And members who are in the elite category over here are going to be able to host webinars. And inside the site, we have a webinar program, and you can then broadcast the webinar, and it'll go in the webinar library, and it'll be part of our extensive video collection here that I will show you here in just a moment. Also, past guests get a discount on the membership fees. To do this, they have to log in to see that. And so members can currently log in, and I am up through, actually probably by the time this episode airs, I should have everybody inputted into the database. It's over 1,000 people that have been on this program going back to February 2nd of 2015, and it's been very laborious as I load all that information into this website. But if you've been on this program, you can go ahead and log in. So here, when I log out, you'll notice here that the members tab that was on the menu bar over here disappears, because now this is the site as it's viewed here to the general public. If I go up here to log in, and if you've been on the program and you use the email that you gave me, you can either log in with Facebook or Google, and you can log in immediately, or you can use the forgot password link right here, and then input the email that you were provided that you provided to me, and that is on your show card. If you have any problems with logging in, you can always email me, jamie@tampabayradio.com, and then I will help you out. But if you're a past guest, go ahead and log in, and that's how you can see the member pricing for the upgraded levels of membership. So again, going over here to the Join Us category, or Join Us tab, we have membership benefits for past guests, membership benefits for standard people, elite, and then sponsor level. Now, we'll be rolling this out via a crowdfunding campaign here very soon to make this, a site known, and the availability of this new benefit, of which I'm very excited about. So standard clients here, standard members, are going to then have abilities to view the past guest and member directory. And so let's take a look at what the past guest and member directory currently looks like. Underneath members right now, past guest directory is right here. Click on that, and over here it brings up a basic search. Now you can also go over here to advanced search, and then search for people in specific industries, specific categories, specific things in the show title. An old segment we used to run, Working Women Wednesdays, you can search the people that were in that category. You can search for whether or not that they owned the company or not. The About section, which is their bio. Maybe you wanted to see terms that contain the term real estate, for instance. And so it becomes a searchable database of people that I've personally interviewed and personally know. And then the show links, which you see down here, is not something that you use in a search field, but every show that they've ever been on is in here as well. And so let's go back over here to the members. And I'm going to leave that because I'm not going to save that information. And go back over here to the past guest directory. And so that's how you would search for people specifically. Now, without any criteria, you'll see here the list of all the people, and this is in alphabetical order. with their avatars, which is all their show cards that have been on the program. And their emails are not accessible. We have hidden the emails for privacy issues, but you can message these people as a member through the messaging system. And also the phone numbers will also be blanked out for privacy issues. I don't want to be accused of selling anybody's information. That's not my goal of this. The goal of this is to act as a connector of people for the business community. Right now, all past guests that are on the program are going to have a basic, free membership to be able to see the full past guest member directory. Then they can upgrade up for their fee of whatever I priced it at, and I can't remember what it was right now. But that is all in the Join Us section after they log in. And so let's come over here and to my good friend Gabriel Aloisi, and you can see his membership profile. You scroll down, you can see what level that they're on, first name, their organization right here, phone number, there's a picture of them on his show card. There are their Twitters right there. The websites that were associated with their show, job title, whether or not he owned the company, and then there's a section about them. Down here are all the links to the program that they had been on and what date. The original member date is for the first show, and then show 2 date and so on and so forth. And then you click that, takes you right over to the link on their show, and you can watch the full interview with them via that show link. Down at the bottom, then I got another thing, that Business Show 2.0, when the show was relaunched as an online web-based television show, down there. I can send a message directly to Gabe through the system without knowing his email address. He will then get this message in his own personal email. It'll say That Business Network and then the subject and what I put this in. When they reply, or if they reply, there's no guarantee people are going to reply to you. It's just a contact system. Then you would know their email address. But I want to be very cautious on privacy issues, and so emails and phone numbers will be restricted. If you want any personal recommendations, or personal connections, again, all the people that are past guests, I've personally interviewed, with the exception of a couple that were done by a guest host. That's about 6 or 7 people out of the entire 1,100 or so that are going to be in here. I've done over nearly 1,500 different interviews with 1,100 or so different people, and so currently in the looking over here at the admin view of the list, and when I go over here to members, we've got over 1,036. You put that up on the screen there, Dylan. There we got you see 1,036, and I still have May and June to enter as of the airing of this episode. So again, and this is all designed with Wild Apricot. I was not a big fan of this program until I started developing the site, and now I'm actually a pretty big fan of what I can do with this site. So again, come over here to the members section. We're looking at the past guest directory, and scroll down here. Again, you can see all the different people, and then you can use the search category up here to look for specific people. So this is an excellent place to get with me, to connect with people, and also I'll begin to reaching out to them to offer resources for the business community. This site will be open to anybody who is a business professional. It's not restricted to just business owners or anybody. Anybody can join the site. You don't have to be a past guest to be a member. And we want to also begin to attract sponsors for the program, which is one of the membership levels for the show. So when you come back over here to the membership benefits, over in the far right column, you'll see sponsor. And of course, they have access to the stuff that the lower end or lower level categories have. The ability to access the past guest and member directory, the ability to host the webinars and have those stored on the page. We also will give the sponsors a logo on the home page, along with a ticker ad that runs along the bottom of the video, something we haven't been doing lately on the new broadcast, but we will do. And we're going to be offering 30-second commercials with audio and video, it's a video show, but when it goes up on iTunes, it becomes audio-based. We'll have a dedicated sponsor page on the site for the sponsor, and sponsors will also receive a 12-minute monthly segment on the program. And so that will get rolled out here very shortly. I've been operating the show for the last couple of months without any sponsors on my own dollar, so we definitely need support to keep the show going. Elite sponsors will have the ability to have their logos on the homepage, in addition to hosting webinars and access to the past guest and member directory, and with ticker ads running on this show. So basically, a commercial that runs along the bottom of the screen, sort of like you see on the news sites. That's what I mean when I say a ticker ad that's running along the bottom of the site. So come over here if you're not a past guest on the program. just come over here, go to join us, and you can become a member today. If you are a past guest on the program, log in first, and through the email that you gave me when you were on the program, and if you don't know what that is, just send it to me and I can take care of it for you. And you can see the different membership levels. We have monthly and we have annual with a discount available here on the site. As this site continues to grow and there's a lot more stuff to add to it, there'll be many more resources on this site. So I'm going to go through some of the other resources that are currently on this site and what's upcoming in the works for this site here in just a moment. When we go back over here to the home page there, just want to go ahead and show you where the place is to watch the site or watch the new shows. If you scroll down to the bottom, down there, and on, we're now at 9 a.m. on Monday through Friday. So this is live if you're watching me live, and it's down there at the bottom. If you're watching this on a rerun, you're seeing the image. And also with a link to subscribe on iTunes with our upcoming shows down at the bottom of the page. And we got a couple of events coming up here with the Tampa Bay business owners. Those are on the page. Right now, if this is a rerun, there's maybe down, but that's just for upcoming events. So I got to take a break, but coming back from the break, I'm going to go through the members tab. It benefits a little bit more and what's planned for that business network, and hopefully get people excited about this new resource, which has been birthed out of the some 500 plus shows that I have done, over 1,000 different interviews here on That Business Show, and now That Business Show 2.0. So you're currently listening to That Business Show 2.0. I'm your host, Jamie Maloney, where business becomes show business.
Hi, welcome to Yeager's. We just want to take a minute and show you what we're all about. At Yeager's, our primary business is hardwood flooring, although we are remodelers for kitchen, bath, and general construction. We operate a fleet of shop-at-home vans that have all the flooring type products: hardwood flooring, laminate flooring, tiles, stone, what have you. So we're able to come out first with products in our vehicles and take a look at the setting, how the colors will work, and then to be able to come up with some options and ideas for you. If that's not good enough, we have a large distribution center that we inventory product and have a nice display area.
Welcome back to That Business Show 2.0, where business becomes show business. New episodes are now weekday mornings at 9 a.m. on thatbusinessnetwork.com. Please subscribe to us on iTunes and leave a review. We've also implemented a new show supporter program here to drive reviews on iTunes. Getting placement in the iTunes search engines is heavily dependent upon, quality, not necessarily quality reviews, I don't know, but just reviews in general. I don't know if it matters if they're good or bad, how that plays, but everything I read, the more engagement, the more reviews that you get, the better placement that you get. And so if you would leave a review on iTunes at the show, what we do is and you email me and let me know. I can go see the reviews, but I can't always tell who left the review unless they put their name. So be sure to email me after you do that. What I then do is over here under resources on the site, we have a show supporters tab that I have just created. And right now I've gotten 3 of the people up here who have left a review. There's Chris, my good friend, Nancy Lucas, and Mac Pritchard, all of which have been on the program and have left a review. You're not required to be on the program to leave a review, so don't let that stop you. When you're not required to be up here on the site either if you don't like that. But we'll make a show card for you with a backlink to your site. And so that's the benefit. You leave a review on the show, we will create a backlink with a short little bio about what it is that you do underneath it. And so as you can see here on the site, become a show supporter today. Click on their card, and Dylan, if you would switch back over to the site there. Click on, for instance, Mac Pritchard, who is with Mac's List, a job board based out in in the West Coast, Seattle, Oregon area. It's a backlink to his site. So just something that I can do to add a little bit of value. If you would just leave a review for the site on iTunes, become a show supporter today. Leave a review and subscribe on iTunes. Get website linked here with your show card. An appearance on the show is not required. And then please email me, jamie@tampabayradio.com, after a review is left. I can go look and see them also, but again, I can't always tell who it is that left the reviews because people put in, fictitious names. So let's currently come over here to the members site and look at some of the other stuff that is going to be offered to members. The webinars is something that I am really looking forward to getting kicked off. So when I come over here and I go to live webinar, what I have in here is a webinar program embedded in the site and put in my name here. And so if I was going to host a webinar right now, I'm ready to go. Click here and to log in, and then that would bring up the webinar screen. And then I could go live on the webinar. There is the screen right there. If you're sitting at your home and I email you the link, or actually you would come in here through the webinar screen and go over here to live webinar yourself, and you'd do exactly what I did. I would just control this from a different site, and you'd be able to see me on the webinar. So after the webinars are recorded, they will go into our video library, or our webinar library as we will call it. And this will be resources for business professional, and we'll get a webinar schedule out here very soon. So very excited about that. I think it looks pretty professional. It looks pretty good. So webinars here, a member benefit. Past guests are able to view those free of charge. Simply log in, and when they're announced, come over here to webinar. And then once they start airing and posting, they'll be stored over here in the webinar library. Again, that's a new feature. I haven't done that yet. That is going to be added there. Coming down over here, the members forum is not active yet. Again, this site is just a few weeks old. Facebook group, which will redirect to the Facebook group. As you can see there, that'll redirect outside of the site. And then also, let's scroll down here to, let me go back over to the home page, and then I can get out of the screen here. Scroll down to members, and then go down to the video library. So what we've done here is this is the shows that have already aired. So you can watch all of these shows live each morning on the program, and then they go over to our video library. So the videos will be available on demand, which will be a membership benefit starting at the standard monthly membership price, which is not too expensive. And you can see all of the different programs here. And so these are people that have been on the shows. The links will still be active. They are simply just unlisted on YouTube and then embedded in the website. And that's essentially how I did this here. Come over to here, click on the video library. There is the show as it was the event. and then down here is the show embedded into the site. So this will become our video library, and every show since the Business Show 2.0 started on March 6th will be in here. We're not putting up the old radio shows. Those will still be available on demand on our YouTube channel at thatyoutubechannel.com. So right there, video library, accessible on demand. And the reason I did this and took this off of YouTube is, when something on YouTube isn't working, the videos, the professional videos don't get a lot of play on YouTube. So make it exclusive. Whatever it is not working, make it exclusive, and you'll see that you'll get better results from doing that. So now the videos are made available on demand under that the theory that make something exclusive and you get more traffic to it. It's just a funny phenomenon how that works. Coming over here to another video library piece, the business of freelance writing with Laura Pennington, who is on the program. See, these are all set up as events, and then once they become an event, they become a past event, and then I can put it into the members only section as a video on demand. Down at the bottom, the video there is embedded, and these are fully responsive too. So if you're on a mobile site, this will be responsive. I had to do a little bit of research to figure out the code for that to make these responsive. But a big component of developing a new site, as we've heard on this program a number of times, is make it look good on mobile before it looks good on desktop. And I'm a desktop person, and it frustrates me because I'll get something looking so great on the desktop, and then I look at it on the phone and it looks horrible. And so I got to restart, and sometimes you got to oversimplify on the desktop to even make it worthwhile to look at on the phone. So the video library, which is up through March, and probably by the airing of the show, we'll have the other videos on demand. And so that's going to be nearly 100 videos that have currently been done. And that doesn't even include the stuff from That Business Show, the original one. It was just on the radio. But 2.0 is a much cleaner product. And I spent a lot of time on the radio, and I really hated separated from the radio. But it was a much, this is a much clean, like I said, a much cleaner product. It has a beginning, it has a guest, it has a break, it has a second segment, it has an ending. I didn't know what I was going to be talking about. Sometimes I didn't know who was coming into the show when I did the radio show. I couldn't pre-market the property, and I didn't post-market the property. But now, by defining the guests by the different topics, it becomes a much more viable product for what it is that I'm doing. I was doing a podcast on terrestrial radio, and it just wasn't as effective as what it's becoming on That Business Show 2.0 as a web-based television program / podcast / videocast. I don't like to refer to myself strictly as a podcaster because it's much more than a podcast. As you know, I incorporate high definition video, with extensive marketing. I've been on a number of other podcasts. I don't know when they're airing. I don't know where it's posted. All I know is I talk to the host and I'm on somewhere on some site. If I Google it, I can probably find it, but they don't give me any type of marketing or know-how. Guests that have come on the program have become, very or become very in tune with their schedule. That when they're going to know when the show is coming on, they're marketed on social media. I tell them where the show is after the fact. I ask them to share it across social media platforms, and I do that through Facebook event advertising. I do it through event advertising through this site, in addition to LinkedIn with over 5,000 followers, on Twitter with over nearly 6,000 followers, and on our Facebook fan page with over 4,600 likes now. And so, but that's all about building a brand and building something of value, and that's why I need your help, the past guests and the listeners, to support myself and the program more and more, because you're helping support entrepreneurship. Yeah, you're supporting me and the show, but you're helping support that next guest that comes on the program and helping them get maybe one extra eye on the show because you left a review on iTunes, which helped push the ranking up of the show when somebody typed in real estate or accounting into a search engine and they saw my show over somebody else's show. So that's where I need the past guests, over 1,000 of you that have been on the program, the listeners that are on the program. Leave reviews on the show, sign up as members on the program, sponsor the program. There's going to get more and more of a push looking for sponsors, because the long-term viability of the program is, I've got to have sponsors. I've funded the show for 3.5 years, and it's come at a great cost to me, but it's something that I enjoy doing. But it's turning into now something that I can offer back to the community that is of value. So it's going to have a product store. It's got resources here on the site that are currently set up. And also we're going to have a member-only store where members offer some type of free discount to drive people to their site. That's all stuff that's going to be rolled out here in the coming months. So stay tuned. A lot planned for thatbusinessnetwork.com, not only on a local level here where I am in Tampa, but also across the nation. So I would love your support. Please, go over to thatbusinessnetwork.com. Click on the Join Us. Again, if you're a member, go ahead and log in and see what it costs to upgrade to the standard level. And then for people that are able to support and sponsor the program, please consider sponsoring the program, supporting entrepreneurship over, again, 1,000 different connections that I can help make for you. And again, consider me sort of like a personal consultant. I've always tried to avoid becoming a coach or a consultant as a part of this, but that'll be some capacity of what this is, but more on a connecting level. And that's what I do here locally in Tampa. If you want to meet so-and-so, or if you want to meet somebody in this line of business, I always know, what that person talked about this, or this person said that. I can make key connections for you as a business professional, and something I've been doing here 4 years, and I've done it a number of times. And again, that's what we call it key connections, just a member benefit of the Tampa Bay business owners, our local business owner network here that I am a part of as a business partner. And also to come onto the program, click on Interview Me. This is the link over here, Dylan, if you throw that back up here in the closing. Interview Me, this is our scheduler over here. Come on over to here, and then you can schedule an interview on the program with more instructions on how the show works. So again, thatbusinessnetwork.com. New shows now airing 9 a.m. Monday through Friday. Please click on Join Us. Support the show as a member in some capacity. If you can sponsor, that would be great. And I understand that becoming a sponsor of anything may require additional information. Please call me or sit down with me. Happy to sit down and talk with you. Jamie at TampaBayRadio.com, and we can talk more about the benefits and what it is I can do to help grow your business and get more eyes onto your own website through the power of podcasting and videocasting. So again, appreciate you listening and watching, and be sure to tune in again tomorrow morning, 9 a.m., thatbusinessnetwork.com, to That Business Show 2.0 with your host, Jamie Maloney, where business becomes show business.